Hi everyone, welcome back to another Nintendo arcade video. Today I want to show you something really special, and I was going to show you this a bit earlier when I picked up this cab, but I was kind of waiting for a better camera to come out on the market. They've got new 4K cameras coming out in March, so hopefully it'll reduce the price of the other stuff, so maybe I'll do another video then, but I can't wait to show you this because this is super special. This is a Nintendo Sheriff in a Sega cabinet. Now, this is the only known version of this game in this particular cabinet known in the world. I don't know if you know already, but I've got a Sheriff upright version here. Now that's rare in its own right. There's only two known versions of this game in this cabinet. This is a dedicated cabinet made by Nintendo. And Nintendo made 3 Sheriff cabinets basically. They made the upright version that you see there. They made this one here, which is a Sega cabinet, and it's called a trimline. And they call this a cocktail in Japan. But in England, or Europe, they have the white version, the white tabletop version. Sheriff came in that as well, which is a lot more common. Because they put Space Firebird in there, Space Fever, Block Fever, and a few other of the early Nintendo games into that cabinet. But what makes this so rare is because of the fact there's no other pictures or references to this cabinet. In fact, we didn't even know it existed until I picked this up. Because if you look at the picture, it's been really badly drawn, or there is an actual cabinet that looks that colour and that shape out there still, but I don't think so. I mean, it's not far off what that looks like. I just think that's a really bad drawing, because if you look at the upright version, they've missed out the speaker grille. So it makes me think that really it's just a bad drawing, an artist's impression of this cabinet. So Nintendo basically, this is 1979. They've been in the arcade. Nintendo basically did a lot of games using a projector. They did games like Gunman and Duck Hunt on a projector in the arcades. So this is a fairly new venture for them to start getting into the video game market, and it was for a lot of people. And up until now, they didn't really have a game of their own. So what's special for this game is, for me, is the fact that this game is the first original game by Nintendo. All the other games before Sheriff were kind of copies or clones of Space Invaders or Arkanoid and Pong and those sort of games. So this is the first original game by Nintendo. And this is my Grail cat. This is a game I've been after for many years, 5 years, 6 years since I've been collecting. I've been after this game. And the fact that you can't play it on MAME makes it even more desirable for me because of its unique control system. As you can see here, you've got an 8-way stick which controls your man on the left hand side, and you've got a switcher here, an 8-way switcher that you push in to fire. And so you can't replicate in MAME unless you're really clever and you can make up some control mechanism, but that's really unique to this game. And it's one of the first games to have like a scenario based storyline, I guess, where you've got like a damsel in distress. I mean, most people think it's Donkey Kong with Pauline, rescuing Pauline, but actually in this game you rescue a character called Betty, and there she is on the bezel of my upright. She's got no mouth, unfortunately. I don't know why. She's been told to shut up. Above her you've got Jack, he's the hero, and that's the guy you play, and underneath you've got the gangs, like some dodgy Mexicans, and a condor, which is like a bonus feature, a bit like the mothership in Space Invaders that goes across the top. And you get what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, basically this is a game by Shigeru Miyamoto as well. It's the first game he ever made and got involved with, and you can tell he's got his touch all over it because the characters are very much Shigeru Miyamoto. You can see here the lovely artwork of the horse, the hearts, and everything about it screams Shigeru Miyamoto. And that's important for me as a Nintendo collector. This is the first game that he designed, and it's the first real video game from Nintendo, really, because everything before this were just all copies and clones. So for me, this is where it all started. So for a Nintendo collector, this is just like the Grail. This is my Grail cab, and it's such a fantastic game as well. I'll tell you a little bit about the game. So you've got Jack in the middle there. Now he can move around freely wherever he can, wherever he wants to within that square. And basically he has to shoot the gangs, or I'm not going to call them banditos, I'll get onto that in a minute, but I'll call them gangs. And they go around the edge, and you've got 16 of those that you have to shoot. And you can hide behind these barriers. So it's got the number 1, which basically means level 1, and that goes up as you go through the levels. There's about 8 levels, and then it loops, and I've got to about level 17. My highest score is about 49,000, which is quite good. And then on level, you get like a multiplier on level 3 and level 8, which multiplies your score by 2. So once you get up to the high numbers, you can get quite a big score. What else is there? Oh yeah, level 3. Once you get the multiplier, you get like a little scene where Betty and Jack kiss, and then you get a big heart that goes across the screen, which is really cool. It's shown on the control panel of the upright, and that's quite similar to Popeye. You know, you get the big heart in Popeye. It's exactly like that in Sheriff. I'll do another video later on of the game, because I'm going to try and get some high scores on this later in the year. So I'll do some more videos of the gameplay, but for now I just want to show you the cabinet. So this is really unusual. So we've got a Nintendo game in a Sega cabinet. Now what happened was, you know, because Sega were already in the market, Nintendo just said, look, can we put our game in your cabinet and can you distribute it? Which they did, but I don't think they made hardly any of these. This could be the only one out there. Because it's in such mint condition, I reckon this has either been at a trade show, like a promotional game. It's come over to the UK to promote the game, and then afterwards it's just gone into private hands, maybe with an ex-Nintendo employee, and it's just stayed that way because it's only got 6,000 plays compared to my upright version that's got 27,000. And you know that's had a lot of gameplay because it's worn. You know, you've got a worn control panel, a few odd little cigarette marks where people put their cigarettes on there, and you know that's been an arcade. Where this, it's hardly got anything. You know, it's hardly any damage at all. Normally on the control panel you get a lot of wear, but there's none at all, because that's like a screen print on aluminium. And you know, I've had these control panels before with Space Fever, and they've been completely worn away, and I've had to replace them, reproduce them, but there's no wear on that at all. So I believe this has never been an arcade because it's in such amazing condition, and it's just amazing that this is the only known version of this game in this cabinet in the world. It's just incredible. But so, I mean, Sega did do other games in this cabinet. They did Head On, they did Carnival, you know, they did a few others, but this is the first Nintendo game in this cabinet to crop up. So it makes it extra special. So I'll just take you a bit around the cabinet. I guess the only gripe with the cabinet is on the side here, you can see the T-mouldings come away. I guess that's just because it's gone a bit brittle and it's stretched. I'm just going to leave that. I'm not going to touch it because I don't think I'll find that kind of T-moulding around. On the side here, you've got the ashtrays that people would have used, which is quite handy. And you've got like a grill here, I guess, to vent the monitor, stop it from overheating. You've got this lovely polished, I polished all this up, like chrome pieces. You've got the yen sign, how much yen to put into the machine, which is really nice. The eject button and reject slot, speaker grill. I've got my little Sheriff keyring made up, and I'll just take you around the other side. This top actually all comes off. There's little Allen keys here. There's 4 Allen keys, and this whole top, wooden top, comes right off, which is quite handy. But at some point I want to get inside and have a look at the control rack. This is the other side. This is player 2 side. It's slightly different. You've got Sheriff there. You've got a nice little decal of Betty being chased by the gangs. Help. You've got Jack there and his gun, and you've got, this is just super, you've got Nintendo written in Japanese. How cool is that? That is so cool. I mean, that you don't even get on the early games. You don't get any of that on the later games. Because don't forget, guys, this is before the American, Nintendo of America. See all those cabs there? They're all Nintendo of America, so it's almost like a different company. Okay? And that was set up in 1980, I think, when Donkey Kong was such a massive hit. So before then, in 1981, there you go. See Nintendo of America. And Nintendo of America would be on the screen of a lot of the games that come up, whereas this, you just get Nintendo at the bottom here. So let's just have a look inside. I'll just show you quickly inside. I'll just move it back a bit. So I'm going to unlock it here. Inside, it's just unbelievable inside. You've got the TV adjustment. It's all like it's just come out of the factory. It's incredible. You can tell it's old, you know, but it's just unbelievable condition. On the side here, it's got last inspected December 1979. So that was the last time it's inspected. So it hasn't been in an arcade. Otherwise, you'd have had to have this certified every so often. I don't know how long it was. There's the soundboard with TWG, which is the sheriff soundboard, and right over there's the PCB. Can you see that yellow modification there with all the wires going in? That's for the monitor, because most of Nintendo monitors are Sanyos. Well, this is an NEC. Now, I've never heard of it, and that's because I only collect Nintendo arcade machines. But if you're an arcade collector, you probably know that NEC. It's got Sega. Oh, just bang my head. It's got Sega Entertainments on the tube as well, which is really odd. And there you go, all inside. Look, it's got 6,097 plays. It's a little bit dusty, but it's mint, and it's so compact. Everything's neatly wired. It's just absolutely beautiful. So that's it, guys. I mean, it's just such a jewel in my collection. I absolutely love this game. I'm just over the moon that I've got this one and the upright. It's just unbelievable. Just looking at the base there, look, you can see the base got this big metal plate. That's just to keep it nice and sturdy, stop it rocking about, which it does a great job of. So there you are, guys. That's the Sheriff Nintendo Trimline in a Sega cabinet. I'm not sure what else to say, but oh my god, look at this. You'll never see another video like this on YouTube. But if someone has got one, please get in contact. I'd love to see it. Anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for watching the video, and look out for more videos from me. Thank you.